suspicious. Let's talk to you about people.
A listless soul drifting through the ether.
Dude, you are
What's
just
wrong
like
with her?
Not
wavy,
sure.
wavy.
She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about it, but I think you might find that to be a bit of a dead end. Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
That face.
I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
That's a lot of mooning.
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship. Nobody could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I've begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did.
What was she looking for?
He should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends.
Sarcasm.
My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh no, I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away. What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the Fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
It was passionate and then ended.
Ah, yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous. Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally.
Oh, look at this small
What's
lens.
this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see? It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
So microscope, then, probably. Anything like do with his field? Let's talk about the portrait.
I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh, yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar. Here's a thought. Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon? After all, it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
I guess it's possible.
Not a microscope, maybe more like a magnifying glass? I mean, it is like a pocket microscope, which in turn is kind of like just a longer, like, magnifying glass. That's true. I want to ask about these statues.
Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fish man.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes. Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
No. That's weird.
So which one is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are 2 towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father. The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
Then how did he hear something if he had those on?
Oh, my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall.
That's nice.
A very old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone. The poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is.
Okay, here's a weird thing. It was different shading on 2 of those rotations, and I want to test after we're done talking to him to go there, look at the picture after I like rotate one of the ones that are light and see if it's still light, or if like the picture itself changes its things that we switch it to every time we switch it.
Not exactly a wealth of information, is it?
It's enough.
That's a very old book, isn't it? Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book. Better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put. Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all. Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me.
It's a gardening trowel. What is this? Crumpled paper.
Well now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either. What kind of flower is that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
I got the pun.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary. Isn't the process of decay fascinating?
It's not really decaying. It's plastic.
It's becoming one with nature, all the same. Poppy's two closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there. What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either.
She hasn't changed a bit? Yeah, totally the same.
Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating
To the
interpretation.
stream!
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
It is a big red thing. CC Carl, thanks for hitting the friendship button. Glad you're enjoying the show. Happy Tuesday and happy New Year's Eve.
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know.
So the last thing we saw, Brick, was Freya was best friends with Poppy and Fifi. And they said recently she's been, like, being alone and, like, going around the entire island with, like, a fine-tooth comb, it sounded like, trying to find something. It might have been, like, this tape. I don't know. It's the only thing that was, like,
wish
hidden.
to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue. This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I
Oh,
see
she
he's
looks
afforded
innocent,
himself
okay.
Considerable artistic license.
She looks so in it. I think that was just him saying that she's young, but I'll keep that in mind. That could be a hint.
Pointer property originally, purloined by the fellows. Typical.
Innocent was bolded. Okay.
I haven't seen that tape for a long time. Who broke it?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends.
Those fingers, man, they're just like everywhere.
That's rather a small cage for three birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage?
Yeah, I don't have a motive idea either. Okay, good. We talked to him.
That's all the statements.
Let's go over them all.
Okay. Like, here's that one bird that I thought was in here.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to
They're even singing. Doot, doot, doot.
Please don't do that.
You know, wait. I want to go to do that idea that I had with this. And then I'll go over there.
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
I'm going to switch this and this. So now these two are not the same. So if I back up,
Let's come back later.
and then I look at the thing it is. Oh no, it just shows those.
I'm still.
Should we take?
Oh, it went right back to it.
Looks like he's playing a semi.
You're some kind
Did
of
you not?
a little liar.
It's the truth, I swear. Looks like he's playing.
You're
Did
some
you not?
little liar.
It's the truth, I swear.
It can be rotated, but what's the purpose? What if I put these like on the back? How many other? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. Yeah, secret room maybe. Do I put them facing it? Like that?
Looks like he's
You're
playing.
some
Did you not?
a little liar.
It's the truth, I swear. Looks like he's.
You're
Did you
some
not?
little liar.
It's the truth, I swear.
Huh.
Let's come
Maybe
back.
we'll come back. Maybe we'll get it later. Maybe. Okay, so we're gonna try and decipher some statements.
all the statements collected, let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick
What's
down
up,
the
Dan?
door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library.
One of the big things is one of Felix's line where he said he heard 2 people walk down. There was only
I
1.
took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms.
Felix
at
is
Pointer
suspect to
Tower.
me.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
I'm wondering if they all killed her. I want to go talk to Felix again. Because there's one point in his statement where he's like, I heard somebody walk very nicely down. And then somebody later. And that's when he looked out and to see what it was. And he was looking to see who, like, whatever. It was very well constructed? I don't know.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes. Been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
Totally.
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No.
No, I just meant to, because we both wear,
Yeah.
you know,
Crimson Cloaks.
of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine. Supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something called the Golden beetle. Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure.
I'm pretty sure
There
Felix
is no
hired her,
treasure
though.
called a golden beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
Didn't we confirm that through somebody that Felix is the one that hired her?
Percival Pointer. Yes, good old... So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
I don't know, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival.
Rude.
Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger. Always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice gesture, heartfelt, but futile.
Yeah, with people like you.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
I tried to, but I'm bad at reading it.
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
That's sad.
You're the one currently basking in his presence.
Oh.
You tell me.
Let's move on.
The basking is complete. There wasn't anything there.
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Oh, yeah?
It's what Freya called her.
Ooh. Okay, cool.
Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an
Layers.
argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman. Poppy's a good friend to my daughter. Always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Different, like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
Got a feeling. Let's talk to him about his carvings.
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself, too?
I do indeed. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course. I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
Uh-huh. If this were Clue, Felix would be Colonel Mustard. Yes. Yes.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
Him, I guess, and Fifi, and a bird?
Why don't you ask Fiona about that one? Looks like her area of expertise.
Fair.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
His are short. I like it.
Penelope seems rather attached to them.
Do you not feel sorry for them in that little cage?
Come now, I'm sure they could leave if they really wanted to.
The statue was up in the rooftop garden.
Yes, it's been there a while. You can see the brass is slightly tarnished by the elements, but it's not too bad. Might be salvageable. Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do. It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
Yeah, she's dead.
Yes. So we shall.
Yeah. A little bit of a pass. Sorry you didn't clean your brush since you died, but next time, clean it before you die.
It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
Well, as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
It could be a feather. It could be a feather. Be one of these.
Is that a clue? Really?
It might be.
That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes.
I wrote knife, feather, just to make sure I don't forget
I've never
that
been one for
line of thought.
music. Why not ask Poppy instead? Oh dear.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue. My daughter Fiona and her best friend. They grow up so fast.
Do you know why it's ripped like that?
Ah, yes. I didn't even notice. No idea.
You notice and don't notice a lot of things that are weird.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy. Rather ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go? Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know what it is? The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the Remington family history in some way, but I can't recall.
I just had a thought for the statue and I don't want to lose it. Hold on. 1 second. No, not that one. Dang it, go back. I had a thought for the statue. Because there's a bell thing in one room. There's a piano in another room. And there's a bird in another room. And now I'm wondering if we look at those shapes, if we're supposed to find the shape of where the piano is in the tower and where the bell is in the tower. These are lips. Where's a book? These are lips. Because this would be Penelope. This would be Poppy. This would be wherever that one was. I can't rotate it in this. No, I have to go down there and look. Let's finish talking to him, though. There's some other things I want to talk to him about. And then I immediately want to go figure that out.
What's this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
Like, I kind of want to...
I find it comforting.
Like, can I make a note of where they all are?
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it Tangle Tower?
Flora chose the name.
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house. I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome, yes, less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
That's pretty extreme. Yep.
Does Flora normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about it.
Rules to live by.
Fair.
Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd.
Why is that odd?
That looks like it might belong to Fitz. I've never seen that before. Looks valuable. That looks like it might belong to Fitz. Goodness me!
This is the letter. You didn't even talk about it.
What's this all about? Some kind of rare jewel?
I'm pretty sure the research is about a real insect.
If it's made of gold, then it's made of gold.
90% gold. Or 90% similar to gold.
Now this is still in very good condition. Apart from the crack, of course.
What about those shards on the inside of the horn?
Looks like somebody broke a glass and was trying to conceal the evidence. Cunning. Why would someone lock up a book like that?
We think it's a secret diary.
Aha! Teenagers are funny, aren't they?
Is that all of them? That's all of them. Those all the people? Those all the people. Okay, so where were these things? So the bird, if this is the way I'm supposed to be thinking of it, the bird is on the far right. Let me see if I can't draw this tower a little bit. We got these guys up here. We have you, and you over here. Then we got you guys. I'm drawing basically like little dashes of where things are, kind of. Like that. So this is where the bird is. There's one underneath you. This goes across the bottom. There's a library. And then there's the, like the 4 random spots. Here and here. Okay. So that's the bird. I need the pianos run underneath it, so piano. There were lips? They look like lips. Glass wine? I haven't seen anything about wine. Where was the bell thing? Was that in here? Yes, that was in here. So this is the bell. I need to find out where the other thing was. Lips. Lips. It was a kiss. Sight of romance? Like it could be that one? Where's the eye again? I want to find this, because that would go there, kind of an idea. I didn't see a pufferfish? Lips there. Maybe? No. It seems off. Whose room was this? This was Fifi's? No lips. But in the library. Lips, 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 lips. No. Well, the cool thing is if we're right about these three, then the fourth one should just work.
I'm still not
Should we take another look?
So if this is the bell, let's see if there's some way I can make it look like up here in this corner. No. Dang it. My idea doesn't work. So that's opposite of that. That's opposite of that. That's weird. So if this has an opposite, right? You. So mirrors. There's no mirror of that one. There's a mirror of that one. There's no mirror of that one. So there's two that don't have mirrors. Three. There's a lot of them that don't have. The thing I took a picture of. No. None of them have any kind of symbols for that.
Let's come back later.
No, I didn't have any. It had, like... I'll post them in Discord. Just so we have a space for them. But I got to talk to Felix. I want to finish doing all the talks with... Talking to people about people. Because I'm supposed to talk to everybody about, like, Fiona and... Or, Flora. The one that's just sitting in the tower. And Fitz.